I look like shit. Good morning. It is the 28th of June, 7 minutes past 5 a.m. Saturday morning. Welcome back to those who are tuning in. I look homeless. But, yeah, we'll do a video. I'm getting a haircut today, so hopefully, I look better tomorrow. We'll see. Yeah. There's actually one time I got a haircut and an old boss said to me after seeing me, "How's your barber? Or is your barber still alive?" Now, when I first heard that, I actually didn't know what it meant. But is that I've never heard it again. But it suggested, oh, you got a shitty haircut. Did you kill your barber? So, if anybody else has heard that saying as well, yeah, let me know. I don't know if that's common or that's a fucking Filipino thing or what. It was a Filipino lady that told me that. How's your barber? Is your barber still alive? And her and my friend were laughing, but I never understood it until I was just like, oh, obviously. It was such a shitty haircut that you kill your barber. I don't know. I don't know if anybody's heard that as well, but yeah, let me know. Or is it if it's just a fucking Filipino thing? Got a quote here today that I heard yesterday and I thought was quite good. Figured I'd do it for my video today. It goes like this: you can only lose if you're playing to win. If your pursuit is truth, there is no such thing as losing. There is only growth. You can only lose if you're playing to win. If your pursuit is truth, there is no such thing as losing. There is only growth. So true. And it is. It reminded me of perception and perspective. Like when you're always trying to convince someone of your perspective. We all have our perceptions on something, but it is often the case that we're trying to persuade someone of our perspective. We all see the world differently, and we want to convince someone that the way that we see it is the right way. Well, not the right way, but is the truth. And we often, or I often, not just I ignore other people's, like the context of their truth, what their lived experience, what they would have heard, what they've been through, how they were taught how to deal with things, the surroundings. I often ignore that, and because I went through it, why can't you? You know what I mean? Or I can see it this way, why can't you? And they often ignore the way that I rationale certain things. Because, well, they don't care. Or not that they don't care, but they are trying to persuade me of their perspective, right? So they will think the way that I think. Why can't you see the world how I see it? Because we're trying to win that that step, you know, that argument, that point of view. But if you're in it for growth, you'll be able to step aside and try and understand how they came to their perspective or their point of view, or how they have reasoned to their answer. So yeah, I thought that was a really, really good quote. It also takes out it also feels easier. Like, you don't have to fucking fight for this. You know what I mean? you'll come out growing regardless of whether you persuade them or not, or you understand them or not. And I always admire that as a character trait in other people, like their willingness to try and understand or share their point of view, but also like be humble enough. I think humility is such a valued trait for me, because there's a lot of fucking egos out there. I have a big ego. Like, it's something that I battle with inwards. I don't really show it, I don't think. But ego and humility, things that you really have to find a fine-tuned balance, because you don't want to be a pushover, but then you want to continuously learn. And in order to learn, sometimes you have to destroy your ego in order to grow. But anyways, heard that poem yesterday, and I thought, that quote yesterday, and I thought it was great. But yeah, right, I'll leave it there. I'll throw my hands. And if anybody's actually heard of that fucking "How's your barber? Is your barber still alive?" If anybody's heard that one, let me know. Because I'm curious to see if it's a well-known fucking phrase or not. Alright, deuces. I'll see you guys tomorrow.